Whew. So here we are for Tier 5 Round 2 of Season 8 in Singapore. I think we're gonna see quite a lot of safety cars during this race. As we know, Singapore, and it is a difficult track to drive. So let's see how this goes. Okay, it looks like we have a problem with the starting time of the race. It's daylight for qualifying. It's daytime for qualifying. We got Trumpus first out on track. Got some people going out on the mediums, looks like, but not out at the moment, and Trump is still the leading car of this pack. So we'll have to see how his lap goes. Second one in the pack, it's the Has-Off Pin Z Geyser. I hope I said that right. So you're just gonna jump in with Trump Pass on board to see how the first lap of this quali goes. And he's starting his lap now, going to the last corner, finish straight, crosses the line, and there he goes, he's starting his lap. Let's see what he can do in the first sector, and we'll see what Pinsy Gizzard can. And there's yellow flags. Smiley looked like he went deep going to the tunnel. And Alexander looks like he went into the wall. I see has apparently no fault. Oh yeah, he does. But there was yellow flags with him. So all cars are fine. We jump on with Trumpus again, going through the second sector now. Just yellow flags again, involving the Mercedes of Mighty Smiley. His car is fine though. We jump on with Trumpus again, going through the hairpin, going wide, nearly touching the wall there, really taking risky. He needed a purple sector, obviously, so he's the first one out, and we'll see what the Haas can do. He takes a much tighter line at the exit of the hairpin, and it's not gonna be purple. So Trumpus maintains the provisional podium. There's yellow flags for McLaren. Twitchy Boom looked like he went deep. And Trumpus going after range of 137.2 to the Haas of Pinty Ziegler can do. Looking to struggle a little bit for those corners. Going to the last corner. Ooh, braking a little bit too much, in my opinion. And he is 6 seconds slower than Trump has. Next on the line is the Red Bull of it's Louis, going through the last corner, and he goes second fastest, and Alexander goes second fastest, going faster than Louis, as Louis did at 139, and Alexander did at 138, I mean. Provisional pole is set on 137.2 at the moment. See what's the next car to cross the line. It might be Mighty Smiley. He's invalidated. And here we have Muffinan in the Alpine, having that purple second sector with the mediums. He's gonna go through the line to the 136.9, going 0.3 faster than the last fastest time set by Trompas. So Trompas will have to pull something out of the bag there. Or maybe he was saving some pace, as we saw he went really wide in the hairpin and nearly touched the wall. But now we jump in with Mighty Mini Smiley, who can take that pole away, and Jonas Stewart can too, and he's actually ahead of Mighty Minimum Smiley, so we can see what he can do. And as he goes for a purple second sector, he keeps going really smooth through that chicane and through the tunnel. Real good, taking carefully, not taking a lot of risks. You don't want to bottle it. And he goes to the last chicane, bit of a slow exit, and he goes into the pits. See what Mighty Mini Smiley can do. Ooh, having a really wide exit, nearly touching the wall. He goes to the last corner, braking a lot. DRS, and he's going to be 5th, just out of Pin the Geezer by 3 seconds. You have Kian, the next on the line, to complete his lap time. As he actually does touch the wall, and he's gonna go through the last corner, DRS, and he goes second fastest with a 137.2. Going to Chibum, who just got out of the pits, and Aero Squirrel, who also did. We'll see what people that haven't set a lap time yet can do on those softs. See if they can take away the top 2 positions away from the medium runners. Because at the moment, those mediums are looking good for Muffinand and Kian. So there goes Arctic Squirrel going for it. Going through the first corner. Second, that looked a little bit too slow, but we'll see how it comes out at the end. Accelerates, found the fastest section of track. Now going to the 90-degree corner, locking up the left tire there. That's gonna cost him some time. He keeps going through the left-hander now. He's gonna get into the really fast section now, in sector 2. That is the tricky section. He takes it really slowly and kind of goes over that curb, but he doesn't invalidate, so lucky him. And now he goes, activates DRS, a bit of a slow exit out of the hairpin. I mean, he doesn't set a purple second sector. He's taking the corners really carefully. He doesn't want to put that car into the wall, because that would put him in last with no time. And that's not something you want in Singapore. That is such a hard track to overtake in. We have yellow flags of the Macau Twitchy Boom, who just DNF'd. It looks like he might have lost it and gone into the wall. And our Azaric Squirrel goes 4th fastest with a 137.2, not being able to go faster than the medium runners. We have a yellow flags for Pinsy Zeker, who might have just gone into the pit. Next in the line to set a time is It's gonna encounter the Alpine of Benny Buno on the medium tires. Let's hope there's no problem between them. Oh, and he just goes into the wall. Brake too late and gone deep. So we jump on with Benny Buno, who might be able to take away the pole from his teammate. It goes for the last chicane. He does some heavy braking, getting on the exit, touching the wall. Heavy braking on the last corner. That's not gonna look like pole. It's not pole. It's actually 4th. I have the Alfa Romeo of Zex, who's about to cross the line now, using DRS, and it's gonna be 5th fastest with a 137.7. We have the other Alfa Romeo now being changed by the Ferrari on the softs of Johnny Stewart, who just set a 2nd purple sector. That Alfa Romeo is gonna hold them up for sure, because Johnny Stewart having such a good pace at the moment. And he's already catched up to the Alfa Romeo. He's not going to be able to overtake him. And the Alfa Romeo is also on a flying lap, so he's not going to get out of his way. He's going to be mad about this, as the Alfa Romeo is running his lap. These might have ruined Johnny Stewart's lap. And Johnny Stewart overtakes him. It's only going to be 6th for Johnny Stewart, as it looks like the Alfa Romeo of Presmo invalidated his lap, as he was being overtaken by Johnny Stewart, so that could also carry a report, as Mighty Mini Smiley just goes fastest in the 1st sector. And next in the line to complete lap would be the Alpine of Benny Buno, and see what that Alpine can do. And he's going to the pit. Champas is starting his lap. Let's see what he can do in the 1st sector. It's not going to be purple. Mighty Mini Smiley making a purple 2nd sector now. He's on a flyer now. Having a little bit of a struggle through the chicane though. That could have cost him a little bit of time. Oh, and he just lost it at the exit of the tunnel. What a shame. Was doing a great lap. Johnny Stewart comes around now. He's probably gonna try and do another lap, as his last lap was not the best. He goes into the pits. Jump aboard with Trompas, who's about to complete his lap now. Going really close to the wall, but not touching it. And there's yellow flags for Red Bull, but right now we can't look at it because Trompas could go for pole. he doesn't. He stays third with a 137.2. I'm going really slowly after completing his lap, and he just cuts the corner for Tom Pass to go through. Yeah. Pinky Ziegler. Yeah. Completing his lap now, touching the wall a bit there. He's probably gonna try and go faster than 143 because that was a really slow lap, and he will not be able to get into good positions with that time. Heavy braking in the last corner again by the Haas driver. He goes to the last corner really wide to 137.0. So not looking to be able to improve much at the moment. Looks like Samu is going for his lap now. It's gone through the last sector now, negotiating the last couple of corners. Going through the last chicane now. A bit slow, but let's see what that will put him. And going through the last corner, taking it a bit faster than most drivers, but still pretty slow, and it's going to be only 11th with a 141.4. Lewis following Arctic Squirrel now. Let's see what positions they will get with this laps. Going through the last sector. They negotiate the last corner. Each Louis already out of ERS. They go through the last corner. Each Louis goes up to 7th, overtaking Arctic Squirrel. And Alex Stein has retired, I believe, in the pits. There's no one who's on a lap right now. Mighty Mini Smiley just started one. He was close to pole a couple of times, but let's see if he can get it this time. His check is invalidated. Johnny Stewart starting his lap. Louis is already in second sector. Let's see what he can do. As Benny Bruno, the teammate of Muffinant, is going for the softs now. Muffinant is also going for the softs, trying to shear the pole, making sure no one takes it away from him. And it looks like it's Louis cancelled his fast lap. Looks like he cancelled his lap. Gonna jump on board with Mighty Mini Smiley. He's taking some really good corners, really smoothly. Gets the rise on. Is it gonna be purple again? It is purple again. Let's hope he doesn't spin at the exit of the tunnel again, as he did last time, because last time he was in a really good lap, but he spun at the exit of the tunnel. Muffinan won't have time for another lap, as he didn't cross the line in time. Let's go. Mini Smiley didn't spin, having a little bit of a wobble there, but still keeping it together. He's going through the last corner now. It could be a fastest. It could be a fastest lap. It could. Oh, he lost it. He lost it in the last corner, and he managed the 137.8, which could have been a pole position time, but wasn't. Johnny Stewart cancelling his last lap. Kian cancelling his last lap. It's like Benny Bruno is having some good pace, having a fastest second sector. See what he will be able to do. Hit that Alpine with the softs. Going through the last corners. Going through the last chicane. Last corner. And he cancels his lap. And he goes into the pits. So no final lap drama for tier 5 in this quali session. It's all the drivers that had the chance to get pole away. There were Mighty Mini Smiley and Benny Bruno and Kian. Benny Bruno and Kian cancelled their fastest laps in the last corner, and Mighty Smiley spun in the last corner. So our qualifying looks like Mufinam in first place, Kian in second, Trumpas in third, Benny Bruno in fourth, he's checking the Alfa Romeo in fifth, my Mini Smiley in sixth with that unlucky spin, Johnny Stewart in seventh, It's Lou in eighth, Arctic Square in ninth, Alex Allen in 10th, Sermo in 11th with the Alfa Romeo 2, Princess Gizer with the Haas in 12th, and Tichi Boom, who didn't get to do a lap, as he DNF'd in his out lap, will start in last place. It's actually really amazing that the gap between the first and last in quali was 6 seconds. So this race is gonna start in we're gonna start the formation lap in 15 seconds maximum, I believe. Or no, we'll just have to wait for people because they are not reading up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're starting the formation lap now. Amped for this warm-up. Looks like the Ferrari was Trumpas was overtaken by the Alpine on this warm-up start. Not really meaning anything, but if the Alpine wants us to overtake, he can. So we'll see how these goes. I'm gonna check the tires. So we have Mufinan starting on the mediums, Kian starting on the mediums, Trump starting on the softs, Benny Bruno starting on the mediums, as Benny Bruno just lets Trumpers pass now. Is Jack right behind Benny Bruno starting on the mediums, and then we have from Mighty Smiley to 10th, that is Alex Tannant on softs. Then we have Zermo in 11th with the hearts, Pins Geezer on 12th with the softs, and Twitchy Boom on last 13th place on the hard. And here we see the tire strategies. So people that want to go for the the game suggests that the ideal strategy to stop either soft medium or soft hard medium, but I will guess the medium runners are hoping for one stop of a medium to hard, and the hard runners are hoping for one stop of maybe hard to mediums or hard to solve if they can make him last long enough. As our drivers go through that, and Jake just got disqualified from the formation lap. That's gonna hurt his tires. See the last drivers getting into the grid. It's gonna be starting in a short time. It's gonna be starting now. So it's 1 light, it's 2 lights, it's 3 lights, it's 4 lights, it's 5 lights. And here we go. Moving on, getting a good start using that ERS to good use. There's some... Oh, and the Alfa Romeo spun and touched the Red Bull. What just went on here? Oh, and it looks like he went to last. Let's check up in front. It's Louis was fighting with Mighty Smiley, being able to overtake him. The Ferraris having a battle of their own too. As moving on, looks like he went away with it. As Mighty Smiley's going back at It's Louis now. As Alex Talent is trying to attack Arctic Squirrel, going through the inside. Arctic Squirrel having to take a little bit of a wider line. Now Alex Talent going around the outside. What a great overtake. As It's Louis is attacking Trumpus now in the Ferrari. Looks like that Ferrari is struggling a little bit on this first lap. As there was a crash by Bean Gizer, he looked like he spun. And right now we have this battle for 6 between Mighty Smiley and It's Louis. Mighty Mini Smiley trying to go for it. Not really being close enough or having a gap to do it. As Trumpet is running away from this 3-way fight that consists of Alex Talent, Mini Manny Smiley, and It's Louis. But now there's a virtual safety cars. Pete Geezer has DNF'd or retired from the race. He has DNF'd from the race. As Mighty Mini Smiley just goes into the pit, he might have had damage. Doesn't look like he did though. No changing in that front wing. Just the tires. As Arctic Squirrel press mode just trade positions now. And we can see 2 people with penalties. With a drive-through for spinning on their safety car. That was our Arctic Squirrel in his McLaren. And Alex Talent in his has Alex Talent now overtaking It's Louis on the safety car restart. A little bit of wheel banging. And Alex Talent looks like he got the move done, squeezing It's Louis a little bit, but It's Louis goes back at him. It's Louis gonna have the outside now. Alex Talent on the inside. It looks like they touched again, but It's Louis gets the defensive move done round the outside. Great racing. Alex Talent to surely close though. He's not giving up on that position yet. He's gonna go for it. He's using his ERS. It's Louis, it's not. Alex Talent is squeezing everything out of that ERS he has. No, not turning it off at any moment. As Arctic Squirrel and Cisnik are looking to have a fight, and Arctic Squirrel squeezed Cisnik into the corner, and Cisnik had to look. Oh, have to give the position when Arctic Squirrel just locked up both tires and gone into the wall. Some drama. As Cisnik goes into the pits now. And Tucci Boom is already up to 9th. Johnny Stewart now looking to attack Trump-ass. He's gonna have DRS. He's not close enough. But Alex Talent is close enough to It's Louis to attempt I dive down the inside. He's not gonna do it. He had to look down the inside, but he thought it twice. He's having a look at around the inside now again, and he's literally goes and touches the wall on the exit. Alex Talon's gonna try and go around the outside. They nearly touch. Really close racing. It's Louis now on the inside. He's gonna make the dive, but Alex Talon keeps manages to get the overtake done round the outside. We have to remember he still has that drive-through though, and he will have to serve it probably this lap or next lap. But it's Louis now has DRS. Even though Alex Talon has that drive-through, it's Louis and Alex Talon, they don't look like they want to give that position away. Doesn't matter. It's Louis knows he's gonna overtake him once he does his drive-through, but he wants that position on track. No, Alex Talon's looking to have some good pace at the moment. Running away from it's Louis a little bit. Alex Talon doesn't complete the drive-through yet, as Johnny Stewart goes into the pits. He might have had damage, and he did have damage as the mechanics changed his front wing. Italy has DNF now. He has DNF coming out of the third corner, looks like. As you can see his car there, he might have lost it in the first or second corner and crashed into the wall. So that's the battle between... So that's the battle for 5th over. Gonna look, and we're gonna focus now on the battle for 1st, the battle for the victory between Kian and Muffinand. Kian is really close to Muffinand now, he's only 4 tenths away. He's in the DRS zone. But is he gonna be able to make the overtake? Still that 0.4 away. And that could be really dangerous for Muffinand if he carries on to the big straight. In the main straight now using ERS. Muffinand not using any, but he's almost out of it. Still 4 tenths behind, now 3 tenths behind. He has the overtake almost done. Going through the last corner before the biggest overtaking opportunity of the track now. Getting really close, going to the inside. He makes the dive and he makes this thing, but Muffinand goes for the switch back and gets his position back, as Mighty Smiley has DNF'd on the main straight. Let's see what happened. It looks like he suffered the same destiny he did in qualifying and spun in the last corner and went into the wall. That has cost him to DNF. And we have a safety car now. I have to see if cars decide to pit or to stay out. So we'll see how this race goes on from here, as this is going to be a really an inflection point in strategies. And we'll see if the leaders decide to go into the pits or not, because these two were having a real fight. And they don't go into the pit. Benny Buna does though. Trumpas does too. Sermo can't because he's on the heart, and that would not benefit his strategy, as he doesn't. Twitchy Boom will not go into the pits, neither, as he's on the same strategy as the Alpha Romeo, and he's not going to the pit. Alex Talent will go into the pits with those softs. Johnny Stewart won't go into the pit as he already put it before to change that front wing. Now it's like he's on the hards too, but he might pit because he might have some front wing damage. He doesn't. He stays out. Arctic Squirrel really far behind. This safety car really helps him to recover. Arctic Scroll getting through the last corners. We'll see if he goes into the pits or not, and he doesn't. Here we have the leaders moving and pressurizing the safety car to see if it goes a little bit faster. He's nervous. He wants to start this again, though he shouldn't be very nervous for starting again, as Kian was really close to him before the safety car and even attempted to move around the inside where Muffin and performed an amazing switchback to defend his position, but that position is at risk if Kian is so close. It all depends if Muffin will be able to catch Kian napping or not. So we'll see. We're just hanging on with the safety car at the moment. We'll have to wait for them as Twitchy Boom just goes into the pits now to put on medium tires. He was on those hards, so these might not help his strategy, but he won't lose any positions as the drivers behind him were really far behind. Alex Stein using some of his DRS to catch up to the safety car, even though he doesn't need to. Safety car is not gonna go anywhere, and we'll have to wait for Arctic Squirrel to catch up to it. So if he gets there fast, he'll have to wait for a long time. We'll still have to be hanging with the safety car for some time now, and it won't be easy. Still hanging here, just waiting for the safety car to go away. See how this develops and it goes on. as Arctic Crow has already catch up to the safety car in lap 8. So we're gonna resume racing this same lap. So safety cars going in this lap. Let's see if Muffinam can catch Kian up hanging, build the gap so Kian can't attack him in this safety car restart. As he accelerates now, Kian is really close behind. He didn't manage to catch him napping, and behind there's some action as Benny Bruno goes side by side with Trompas and even dives down the inside of the off-ramp in third. He kinda lost it. There's also Johnny Stewart going around the outside of Trompas, overtaking him and trying to tag the Alpine. As the Alpine is now going around the outside of the Alfa Romeo, he gets the move done. Johnny Stewart now is gonna look to tag the Alfa Romeo. He's gonna get it done. His teammate is really close behind waiting for it, and he gets it done. The next on the line to overtake that Alfa Romeo is Trompas, and he does it. He does it. Now Alex Talent also wants to get past that Alfa Romeo as fast as possible. And he does. Kian has lost some time to moving now in the safety car restart. As Benny Bruno is keeping up with Kian very well. Oh, as Johnny Stewart just had a massive crash against the wall. And Alex Talent also got into the wall. And Touchy Boom, who might have disconnected the car, just stays there. Muffinan goes into the pit now. Kian goes into the pit. Alex Talent will have to go into the pits. And Twitchy Boom got disqualified for his car stopping in a dangerous place. Alex telling go. It's coming out of the pit now. There's a safety car again. And Alex Go has spun. We'll see how this second safety car restart goes. So we're still with the safety cars. We're waiting for Arctic to catch up to it. So the safety car will be going in this lap as Arctic will for sure be able to catch up to it during this lap. Only with 8 drivers left now, and half the race has gone by. Well, we're 4 laps away from half the race, but that's still pretty impressive. We have 4 DNFs and 1 DSQ in 11 laps. I hope we don't have the same for the next 20 laps remaining, because that will leave us with 3 drivers, and that would be a guaranteed podium. Alfa Romeos are back at the top places with those hearts who have been on for 7 laps and 10 laps. Oh, and one of the Alfa Romeos just lost it going through the tunnel right before the hairpin under safety car, so we'll see what he does when the race is restarted. Alex Talon looks to have a penalty. The 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. And you might wonder, how can you exceed track limits here? Just you can. I could probably get like 12 seconds of penalties in this track by exceeding track limits. It's Benny Buno, who is starting the safety car now, can catch napping Trump pass, and the Alfa Romeo behind them. He's going really slow, he's going slow, and he accelerates now. Using ERS, I think he caught napping some drivers. Moving on now, overtaking Kian. Alex Talent also overtaking Kian. They're having a battle here. Alex Talent looks like he got the job done. He didn't. Kian is still going, and Kian maintains his place. Is moving and goes past the Alfa Romeo now, and Kian follows him right behind. Kian wants to overtake Muffin as soon as possible. Joe's still under this safety car. See what can happen. This safety car period. No, we're not under the safety car. Was a joke. Okay, moving on now. 0.3 away from the Alfa Romeo in third place. And Kian 0.2 away from moving on. So this is going to be a tasty battle once DRS comes into play. But I bet they will overtake the Alfa Romeo before DRS comes in. And Arctic Swirl had a look down the inside of the Alfa Romeo, but didn't go for the move. Gonna look at this battle again. They're going down the main overtaking opportunity of this track. We see Kian there following the Alpine of Muffinant. As Muffinant doesn't go on a move for the Alfa Romeo and almost pushes him through the corner, being so close to his gearbox. Muffinant goes for a move now. They touch. Kian might try to make it a 3 wide. He tried. He touched. He had contact with the Alfa Romeo and nearly spun. Being a little bit too greedy there. And Muffinant gets the move done on the Alfa Romeo. We've got Kia now right behind the Alfa Romeo. He's moving and running away from him. Him being stuck behind the Alfa Romeo of Zizek. So yeah, we'll see if he can overtake him fast and easy to be able to catch up to Muffinant again as soon as possible, because Muffinant's already 2 seconds away. That's not beneficial for Kian and his chances of winning this Grand Prix. We'll see what he can do now in the DRS zone. He should be able to get the overtake done. He opens the DRS wide open using ERS, but he's not able to make the move. Ooh, the Alfa Romeo having a little bit of a tangle on the exit. A little bit of a tank slapper on the exit. Kian's not able to make the move yet. That Alfa Romeo is really being a pain for Kian, as he is slowing him down and not letting him hunt down Muffinant, who is running away and catching up to second place. As Kian now goes down the inside of the hairpin, we'll have DRS on the exit using ERS. He's on the outside, not a good place to be there, your rivals, and he knows that the Alfa Romeo was going for a squeeze, but Kian goes for the switch back and gets the job done. The next on the list to overtake that Alfa Romeo is Alex Talent. Alex Talent's gonna try it on going to the tunnel. No, he's not. But he had a look on the inside. Alex Talent now trying to go for it, but not being able to. Being a bit too greedy. As Alex Talent opens DRS now, using ERS. He's going to the inside. Makes a dive. Touches wheels again. The Alfa Romeo almost going to the wall, and Alex Talent gets the move done. As Arctic Squirrel overtakes the Alfa Romeo Brazemu. Trumpers now being really close to Benny Bruno. This could be a fight for first place. give it the fight that decides if Mufinan catches up to them or not. Because Mufinan is catching up, but a fight would slow them both down and let Mufinan catch up faster. And that would be Benibuno's objective, I guess. I suppose, to just hold Trumpet up so Mufinan can get there, pass them both, and run away with it. Kian's having some really good pace, catching up to Mufinan. There we go. DRS wide open for Trompas. Benibuno putting his car in the middle, or on the center of the track, more or less, to make Trompas think he's going to the inside, but not really, just staying in an awkward zone there for Trompas to get the car in. This Trompas gonna have DRS again. He opened it. He's 3/10 behind, only 2/10. He's gonna go for it round the outside. He goes, and it's not gonna work. Benibuno is defending that position really well. As what I said about it would slow them down. It's Mufinan is already 1.5 away from these two. As Trompas is still behind Benibuno now, 0.4 behind them, 4/10 behind. As Mufinan has also catched up. I mean, Trompas was behind Benibuno by 6/10 now. As Mufinan has catched up to Trompas now, 6/10 behind, and Kian is 5.6 seconds behind these three. Benibuno negotiating the corners, as he knows Trumpet is really close behind, and Trumpet's going to be pressured by Mufinan to make the overtake. As Alex Stein goes into the pits now, but we have deep battle here. Trumpet now, he knows he has to overtake. He knows it's a overtake or be overtaken situation. He takes a lot of risks. They even touch, as Trumpet is forced a bit wide, and Mufinan tries to go for the move, but Trumpet defends his position. Mufinan's really close behind now though. They're gonna have DRS. Mufinan's really close, 0.3 behind. But as long as Trompas has the DRS from Benibuno, Mufinan is not going to be able to make a move on Trompas. Oh, as Mufinan just goes into the wall, breaking his front wing. This will force him to pit. This gives Kian an opportunity to win this race still, as the people ahead of him have all their mediums, and their mediums might not go to the end. But he's good if he does it right. Trumpet's now really close to Benibuno, trying to go for the outside again. He tried it for 3 laps straight already, and he hasn't been able to get the move done. But he tries it again. He's persistent. He wants that first place, even though his laps are 11. Even though his tires are 11 laps old, and they're not gonna last until the end. Moving on, went for the softs. He might want to go for the soft or soft medium, because I don't think those softs are gonna last the 13 laps that we have left in this Grand Prix. Stafford is really close now, and Benevino. Trumpers now. He will try and make it. He's getting real close to Benevino. And he goes into the pits. He's chasing those 11 lap old tires. And Kian gains another position to get up into second place. But we do have to remember, his tires are 8 laps old, and they might not get him to the end because there's still 12 laps left, and that will be 20 laps for the 20 tires. Oh my god, I'm so ignore my lacking of talking ability. So Kian has 8 laps on those tires, and they still have to do 12 laps, so that will get him to 20 laps of tires at the end of the race. And I don't know if those mediums can sustain that amount of. I don't know if the mediums will last 20 laps. So we see Trump has had to pit with 11 lap old mediums. It looked like it was starting to rain. And it is starting to rain, in fact. Rain is starting to come down. And we're just in the middle of the race. Ooh, this is interesting. So Trump has made a mistake going to the pit now. He has dropped down to 6th place, and people will have to pit for intermediate or stay on the dries if rain doesn't stay for long. Pretty big distances between all the cars. So, and I just saw Alex Talent spinning in the last sector. That rain is starting to get to him as Trumpers overtakes the Alfa Romeo with those 19 lap old hearts. We'll see if drivers start to pit for the intermediates or they stick with the dries. As Alex Talent is the first driver to pit for the intermediates, but it doesn't look like a good decision at the moment. He's not winning any time to the cars. I'm sorry. He's actually winning some time, or not. He won time, but now he's losing it again. So it looks like it's not intermediate conditions yet. We have Muffin now overtaking the Alfa Romeo of Brazil with those 20 lap old Hart now. He's moving on his own 2 lap old softs. Meanwhile, however, we're first. Travel intermediates are struggling. Alex Time's not finding any grip or pace in those intermediates, so it doesn't look like it's time for intermediate yet. Oh, as Arctic Scroll just spun. Arctic Scroll just spun now in the second sector. So it looks like the rain's starting to get to them. But they're still gonna stick with the dries, as the intermediates don't look to be any better with that pace not showing yet. The grip is not really there from the intermediate either, so it's, right now they're in that transition phase where the dries don't feel great, but they are much better than the intermediates. Benvenuto going to the pits now to put the intermediate tires on. This could be a race winning movement. Oh, and he has to change that front wing. That's gonna lose him a lot of time. Kian stays out on track. Isniak stays out on track on his Alfa Romeo. It's starting to look like it's raining a lot. But Alex Talent on those intermediates not finding the pace yet. And Alex Talent has just DNF'd in the first sector. It looks like he might have spun and gone into the wall at the exit of the fifth corner. As Zermu has gone for the intermediates too. As Arctic Scroll goes for the intermediates too. But it looks like it's not intermediates time yet though. So we'll see what could happen with this. And ooh, hello Reaper. How you doing? So right now we've got half the drivers is still in the race. On the intermediates, and I have the drivers on the dries. One of them is on 18 leveled hearts, and I really much doubt that those have any grip on the rain, as they would barely have any grip on the dry conditions. So we'll have to see how those work for him. But it's safety car period now, so we'll see if people decide to pit on the safety car period for the intermediates or not. As Kian goes for the intermediates, it would seem, it would look like. Let's see. And he in fact goes for the intermediate and a change in front wing. The Alfa Romeo of Snake also got into the pits. He's also gonna get the intermediate on. As Trumpan is also gonna get the intermediate on. As Muffinam is also gonna get the intermediate on. Benibuno takes back the lead of this race. As Kian is looking in a very good position to win it. As Muffinam is only in 5th. As they were the two main guys battling for the win for most of the Grand Prix. But now it's between still an Alpine and an AlphaTauri, and it's Kian and Benibuno. The Alpines have switched their positions, as Benibuno was the one following them, following the top two, and now it's going to be Muffinam and the one battling the AlphaTauri of Kian to defend the first place. It's going to be Benibuno. This is our third safety car already in this race, and we'll see how this restart goes. Most of the restarts have gone well for the leaders. Well, one Muffinan restart went well for him, as he managed to get 8 tenths away from Kian. But Benibuno's restart wasn't great, as Kian was really close to him at the start. No, it was Trump was really close to him at the start. It was about 0.3 away. He nearly got overtaken, but he managed to keep it together, and now he's still in first. So we'll see how this safety car restart goes for him, but we won't see it until Arctic's crew catches up to the safety car. And he has been our typical he has been the driver that has been having to catch up to the safety car during all the safety cars of this race, because for some reason or the circumstances that he has suffered in this race have led him to being last when the safety car comes out. So we'll just have to wait for him to catch up now. So we're gonna check the penalties every driver has. So we see Benny Buna has a 3-second time penalty. As Kian, what happened to Kian? Kian just lost a lot of positions as he's going to the pit. Muffinant is also going to the pit. What happened to these two? Could they be going back to the drives? No, they have to change their front wing. Kian doesn't. Kian's going to the softs. Kian went back to the dries. Kian just went back to the dries as Muffinan changed his front wing but kept it on the intermediate. And Stardex Crew is also going back to the dries to the softs. This could be a really interesting end of the race if the other drivers don't manage to pit before the safety car restart. As Alex Crow having some issues to catch up to the safety car queue, as he doesn't seem to have any grip on those softs. Muffinan having more or less of the same issue, as Muffinan just lost it and gone to the wall. And he has restarted on track. He has reset on track. It's caught on camera. It's not fake. So that might not be well seen by the stewards. No one's going to the pit for the dries as Muffinan goes into the pit to change his front wing again. We'll see if he goes to the dries or if he sticks with the wet tires. And he's sticking with the intermediate, but he's changing his front wing obviously. So what I'll to scroll us because he's suffering a lot on those softs. He might want to change them. And he does, he's going into the pits to change those softs. He's not feeling comfortable in that tire. But Kian's feeling confident with it as he's not going to change it. So again, still, oh, and Arctic Road just got a 5-second time penalty for going over that white line on the exit of the pits, and we'll just have to wait for Arctic Road to catch up again. He has until lap 30 to do it, so I guess he'll probably will be able to, unless he DNFs or spins multiple times, or it just DNFs or crashes against the wall. Anything bad could happen, but I'm sure he will be able to catch up again. So is he going for it? Honor Scroll has to catch up to the safety car. 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 Oh, and he just gone into the wall. He lost part of his front wing and he's gonna have to go into the pits again. This is being a long safety car. And not a fun one either. No, not a, he's being long. And the long safety car is a boring. Oh, and we just went without Arctic Squirrel catching up. That was strange from the safety car. That's not meant to happen in the game. As it looks like Trumpus went into the wall now, suffering on those intermediate tires. As the Alfa Romeo is really close behind, he's having some good pace on those intermediates, being able to keep up with Trumpus. But Trumpus having a little bit of better pace than the Alfa Romeo now, getting away from him. Skian starting to have some pace on the softs. It stopped raining now. It has stopped raining. Kian's on to win the race. Kian's on to win the race at this moment. At this moment, Kian's got the win. At this moment, this race is Kian's win, and Arctic Scroll just goes back to the softs now. Kian having a lot of pace over the intermediate runners. As Benny Bruno goes into the pits now. He's probably going to get the softs on. As Kian overtakes the Alfa Romeo of Bertmu. Kian gets the overtake done. Easy does it. And Benny Bruno goes for the softs indeed. Now Kian will have to show some real pace. And he does show with real pace. Those softs are really faster than the intermediates. Those softs are faster than the intermediates. Kian has made the red call. It's dry conditions for the end of this race. For the last 4 remaining laps of this race, it's gonna be dry, and Kian's on the soft. Benny Bruno is on the soft. On Arctic Road's gone soft. Arctic Road is really far behind, but he could get the ground back if the people on the intermediates don't pit. Kian now trying to go for an overtake on Trumpas, not being able to. Oh, and he does around the outside, going to the tunnel just before the chicane. Now trying to go around the outside of the chicane on the Alfa Romeo, doesn't work. Alex Cole gets a 3-second time penalty for sitting track limits. Kian now going for a move on the Alfa Romeo around the outside, and he gets it done as the Alfa Romeo gets a little bit of a time slapper at the exit of the corner. Benny Bruno now overtakes the. Oh no, Mufinan just overtook the Alfa Romeo of Brzemu. Hard name to say. Benny Bruno is catching up massively to the medium runners ahead of him. And Arctic Rose catching up to Benny Bruno. or at least he's having more or less the same pace. As we have Trumpas, who has spun and he's going into the pit now. Everyone's going into the pit. They are going to change those tires for the soft. As Benebuno gets second place. And Arctic Scroll will not be able to fight anyone, unfortunately. Unless they crash. So the battle will be for third now. Most probably. I think he's the first one to go out of the pit. He's previously in third place. Moving on, will be aiming to catch up to him and get that third place away. And Trumpas is behind the other alpha move, Brzemo. There you go. Trumpas, DRS, ERS. He's not close enough to make the move down. Trumpas goes for it now. Oh, trying to go for it in the next DRS zone and the next overtaking opportunity he has. He's only 3/10 away. He could have used some ERS here and tried to get a little bit closer, but that would have been too risky. He did it. He made a good call. Okay. He's now going to the TK really close. This could be the overtake in this DRS zone. Taking a wider line to have better traction. He does have the better traction. He's only 2/10 away. 1/10 away. He goes to the inside. Late braking. And he gets the move done with a little bit of wheel banging. As moving on, he's catching up to the Alfa Romeo of Ishtek now to get that third place. He's catching up, or trying to at least. And there's only 2 laps left in this Grand Prix. Mufinam only has 2 laps left to catch up to the Alfa Romeo and overtake him. It's not an easy task to perform, but the pace we've seen from this driver during this race, I think he will be able to make it. He's been the second best, because for me the best driver during this Grand Prix has been Kian. He has been the driver with the most pace and has had the most ability to perform overtakes. And it looks like Ishek just disconnected or went into boss mode now, as Kian does fast lap. But Mufinand is pinning the sectors in purple. He might be looking to get that fastest lap away from Kian. Mufinand now is really close to the Alfa Romeo. He might get the move done in lap 30 out of 31. He might be able to get this move done. As he's going, ooh, he touches the back end of the Alfa Romeo a little bit, but now activating DRS. The Alfa Romeo has closed up upon Trumpas now. No, Trumpas look to have better pace. The Alfa Romeo has been able to close the gap a little bit now, and we'll see how this develops. He's not able to make the move yet. Okay, let me check the commentary box. You guys still going? Yeah, we're still going because we started a little bit late. And answering your other question about why Singapore night is it the night, the thing is, I made the mistake of, instead of loading the setting they have, It's okay, Mike. I actually like to commentate when I can. So the thing is, instead of loading the settings I had, I accidentally saved the default ones. You know that. It's really annoying when that happened, so I had to redo all the settings, and I forgot about the starting time of the race. Just missed that one, so that's why it's daytime, and nighttime is also because of that. And the we're still going is also because of that, because I had to redo all the settings. So we're starting the last lap here. It doesn't look like there's going to be any changes in the back, so we're just gonna go on board with our race leader here. As Kian goes down, he's negotiating the last part of sector 2. He's now going to the last sector of this race. Oh, yes, we have the Alfa Romeo really close to the Ferrari of Trumpas. This could be a last lap overtake. We will jump on with our race leader for his last corners to see how he crosses the line to win the Singapore GP Grand Prix, unless he crashes. But I don't think that will happen. He's been really consistent and showing some really good pace. He now goes through the last corner, and Kian wins the Singapore Grand Prix in his AlphaTauri. He goes to the left to say hi to his mechanics and celebrate with them the victory. Benny Boon's gonna come home in second place after a great drive by the Alpine driver. He's also going to the wall to celebrate with the mechanics as they are waiting for him. Muffingham going through the last corner. He finishes in third. He doesn't go to the wall. He's not happy about that result. He knows he should have won that. Now the Alfa Romeo crossing the line in fourth. Amazing drive by the Alfa Romeo drivers, both of them. Trumpas in fifth. The other Alfa Romeo, Trumpas finished in sixth at the end because of penalties, and the Alfa Romeo finished fourth and fifth. Alright, we're gonna have to wait for Arctic Scroll to cross the line now. Arctic Scroll going through the last corners now to be the last driver to cross the line. Now they're going last corner for Arctic Scroll, and he's gonna finish the race. So there we have Kian on the top step of the podium. Next to him, Benny Buno in that second step of the podium, and on to his left, the other Alpine of I forgot his name. I just need to remember. Oh no, not Benny Buno. Of Muffingham, who finished in third at the end. So that was tier 5 race today, with Kian finishing first, Benny Buno finishing in second, Muffingham third with the fastest lap, second and fourth with the Alfa Romeo. Impressive with the Alfa Romeo finishing fifth, Trumpas finishing in sixth with that, Ferrari and Alex finishing in seventh with the McLaren, and those are the drivers that finished the race. Now on the DNF side of things, we have Alex Talent, Johnny Stewart, Mighty Mini Smiley, and the others, and Twitchy Boom, who got disqualified. So, hope you enjoyed the race, and see you next week.